He's got something called Tiff and Portion.
Stop standing out when you question our freedom. When they ask us what our rights are, they say, yeah, don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with the knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. We all admit the times are hard. No little children in the front yard. Tiff and Punisher are fighting so hard. They are waging war on the side of God. They don't stop if they get in trouble. They are fighting for the children, double trouble. The strength they need they get from each other. They have each other's like sister and brother. They are Tiff and the Punisher, saving the families from corruption. They want you to join their movement, no reproaching. You need to learn a thing called the Constitution. Inside that document is isolation. CPS, we have your number. We're coming for you, hear our thunder. Your fate is sealed, have a nice day. You won't break another family, no more trauma for kids, that's like blasphemy. Keep your thoughts to your own ideals. Soon enough you'll be clicking your heels, cause you need to go to jail. All of us fathers will be chugging down an ale. The mothers will squeeze their young ones tight. The CPS workers are locked down for the night. They had a choice they didn't make. Now they spend their days in crates. They should know it's wrong to kidnap. So from all of us, this is your pay. As a couple of people you should know, Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. That's all we need to get on with this fight. The document that most people don't really read it like this. The parts that pretend to.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to be held up like thin ties. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stopping.
Whoa.
He just came darting around the corner.
Holy moly. You school bus. All right. What's happening? I'm here. I'm on a location shoot here.
Oh my.
Oh my. He's ready for a day of school. He is definitely ready for school. Boy, that really looks bad on my face, doesn't it? It really does look like Mary.
It looks like Mary beat you the hell up.
Yeah. I don't understand what the hell that is, but it does look really bad. I'm okay though, everybody. So don't be concerned. Everything will be just fine. So with that being said, what's going on, Tiff? What do you got happening over there? Is it the eve of school?
Oh happening? Yeah, I'm counting down. So is King. He's ready. He was ready today.
Yeah, he's all up and ready to go. And no school.
Yeah, like
is it
like if you're just starting like a new school, like kindergarten, 6th grade, 9th grade, today you started. And then everybody else starts tomorrow. So he got to see his new bus. He said, I told you there was school today. I seen a bus because it stops right in front of our house.
Oh, it's like a little torture for him. Here you go, little buddy. You're going to miss the bus.
Oh, so.
What's up? Oh, Kale, there's Kale right back. There he is. There's our Kale
Well, I
friend.
hope everything worked out for him today.
I do too. I mean, I wish. Can you give us a little bit of update there, Kale? What went down?
Yeah, if you can
what,
type that
what
fast.
happened or what went down? Yeah, that would be really great. Give us an update. Hey, has anybody been checking out the forum on cpsbreakingnews.com? Is Tiff, are you out there yet?
I just.
I don't know if you checked it out or
Well,
not.
I got on there and signed up. That's as far as I got because we had 2 cars today. Plus, I had a meeting, so it's been very hectic.
I don't want to hear the excuses, Tiff. I don't want to hear the excuses.
No. My whole week is filled. And tomorrow I got another truck. I got a meeting with the state. And then on Friday, we're doing a show, but I got to take Cairo to have his blood work done for allergies. So it's just a crazy week. This is just like the craziest week I've had.
You know what this is, Tiff?
What? The tiniest violin.
That's the world's. That's right. That's
And you know what, Darren? That's why Mary whooped her ass while you was sleeping.
Oh no, Kale. That's not good. That's not what we wanted to hear, bud. But that sucks, man. I'm sorry. But, just keep your head up, man. Keep your head out and keep fighting. That's all we can do, man. There's remedies. We'll figure out a way.
Well, I don't want anybody to give up hope because it took me 8 years to get my kids back.
Yeah, that's right. Get out of that court, man. Like we were saying, change that venue, man. Get out of that court. Because that's, it seemed like the first thing that you had said yesterday when you were on this, you brought up that transgender thing, and as soon as you said that, that went right to my head, and I'm like, you don't stand a chance there. If that's even being brought up there, you're never going to stand a chance. So definitely something that you need to definitely look into and change that out, and file a complaint too, file a grievance against that judge, telling him how that. I know Henry went off on his tangent last night about the ADA and everything, but what he said is gold, and use that stuff. Use that ADA. I mean, that's a hot topic right now, like the transgender and the ADA. So that's a real hot topic, man. I'm sure that they would be glad to get their teeth into some claws into some of the stuff that these judges are being biased to people like that. So that, that's something to look into too. But yeah, everybody go to that forum. I wonder if we have anybody I know Jen's in here right now, but have we seen any progress on our letter to the Congress people that we put the task out there? Because I haven't seen it, an actual group on there yet. But have we seen or have we gotten any progress, anything done on our project to the right to the people of power?
I thought that guy was going to type it up.
Yeah,
him.
Raphael, yeah. Yeah, I don't even, he hasn't even really been here in the past couple of years. But I haven't seen nothing in the forum that leads me to believe that they've really started pushing forward on this. Classroom Mom, do you have any idea about these? Let's see if she's got any idea about it. Because I thought that she was going to be one of the players too.
Well, if we can't get something done, quote unquote, we need to go to our state legislative websites, because it has bills that are going to hit the floor. All ours hit in November, because they vote on them, and some go in effect in March, some go in effect in July. But we're a Commonwealth state. But anyway, because if there's bills in there, like I do it, I go in there and I look, or Valerie will send them to me, and she'll be like, write them and tell them, no, don't vote on this, or tell them to vote yes on this, or whatever. So we all need to be looking at our legislative bodies and looking at what their proposed bills are. And if you don't like them, tell them to vote no.
Right, you're in control, people, and we got to use our tools. We got to use the tools that we have. I was just thinking, I'm like, oh my God, it's today Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? All right. I just thought we left the man behind there for a minute. But we got to use the tools that we have. And like Angry Citizen says, we have the tools for us is our weapons are the right to vote right now, guys. So we need to All right, Classic Mommy. I know you're out there running the. I know you were running the game in there. So, what are we talking about tonight, Alicia? Why don't you come up with a topic and we can figure that out too? But right now we're talking about the forum and we're talking about the document drafted that we want to have everybody send out around the country to their politicians in their local area, their state level area, and their federal area. You know, that letter that I've been talking about for a while. Also, Tiff has, you know, like all of us have talked about it, but none of us have really brought it to the table. So we're leaving it up to you guys to bring it to the table.
Yeah. What do you want changed? Like tomorrow, and if I'm allowed to, I'll talk about it. But tomorrow I have a meeting. I'm on a committee that starts tomorrow to reform CPS and foster care here in Virginia. And I've got like 15,000 packets that we're going to be going through. Because this is not a joke. This is not something that CPS should take lightly, especially if I'm sitting on the committee. Because they know I don't like them.
Right. Yep. That's a fact.
And I know they double down don't like me, because I know that if they're watching us, that I told Danielle not to send Virginia any money, and she denied their raises.
That's freaking awesome. I love it.
And you and I were just in that meeting, and that's really what they were talking about. So as soon as she said they wanted raises, I knew she knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Classic Mom, can you come in and can you talk to us about what I also have yours. Yes, I've seen it. And I'm talking about the one that we were all drafting in the forum. I mean, you put it up in the forum, Jen. But if you guys, if Classic Mommy or you want to, or Alicia, you guys want to come in and talk about that, that'd be great. Or Jen, you know, let us give us an update. That'd be cool. We got a lot of big things going on. I'm just gonna have the circle in this case, Punisher. Tiff is on the case. The bill is simple: transparency, accountability, redress, grievances, and restitution. Yes. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you wrote the bill. That's cool. We could put it. You know that I've written a couple of bills, and I found out a couple of funny things last night about my bill. That used to be. Well, I'll just keep that for an off-the-air conversation. But there's you know what? There's not much that I won't throw to the wolves. You know, right here. But that one I will bypass. Certainly will. Anyway, let's see. Still do not know when my grandson will come home. My daughter has done everything. I'm sorry, guys. My screen's like small.
You must be on the phone.
You know, I'm used to. No, I'm on my little tablet thing here, and I'm undone tonight, working on a new house. But I will upload and get it sent in. I'm excited about this. Classic Mommy, that's awesome, and congratulations on the new house. It's awesome that you guys are doing that together. It's just really, everything about you is really cool. Debbie, I know it seems like a decade or two, doesn't it, with your grandson, but you know, days just like trickle by when you're involved in CPS, and CPS is in your life. You know, it just seems like. But you know what's crazy is days are so slow. Yet time goes by so fast. Like it seems like it's always Friday. You know what I mean? Like it's always Friday. You know, like I don't know if that's because the court or if that's because of, you know, the courts are only open, so you gauge your weekend, you know, like your week by Friday to Friday, or I don't know how that works, but it always seems like it's Friday to me. It's just crazy. But yeah, boy, I'm looking at my buddy's big TV on the wall here, and my eye looks awful. It's crazy. Excuse me for one quick second here. I gotta get a tissue. I'm snotting out here. Tiff, what were those articles that you sent me earlier? Let's talk about that for a minute.
I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
So today, Forbes. Now you know it's some shit if Forbes is writing about it. It
Correct.
says foster care is failing America's foster children. This person said that they spent 4 decades in courtrooms watching watching an American tragedy continue to unfold. Children, some barely even old enough to speak, face the traumas of abuse, neglect, removal from their natural parents, and then placed with a new foster family or shelter. They wonder whether they will ever see their parents and siblings again, which school they'll attend, and whether they'll be safe. Many are then re-abused by the foster care system itself, physically, sexually, and emotionally. But when a foster child is facing permanent separation from their family and siblings, one of the most tragic and life-altering events imaginable, they are often expected to navigate or negotiate failing foster care systems and the legal system without any personal advocate at all. That shit just breaks my heart.
Yep. They're sitting there by themselves, just like we say, always.
No lawyer.
No help, no help.
No one's solely committed to defending their rights, voicing their wishes, or challenging the bureaucracy on their behalf. This is not just immoral, it's economically reckless. When a Fortune 500 CEO is sued, they don't walk into court alone. They arrive flanked by teams of high-powered attorneys, expert consultants, and strategists, each one paid handsomely to protect their interests and secure their best possible outcome. That is what society expects. When the stakes are high, you bring in the best lawyers. Now, this says the business case for child protection reform. Putting this in terms, business leaders understand they're hemorrhaging money while destroying lives. They're hemorrhaging money and destroying lives. America.
Go figure. How long have you been saying that?
Over 30 years. America spends $8 billion annually on keeping 300 to 400,000 children in foster care or substitute care. Yet we refuse to invest in the one thing that is proven to reduce costs and improve outcomes in child protective services.
Let me guess, that's the family.
Legal representation for the children. It says, when I litigated in New York City in a case involving Leakin's House of Horrors, the settlement exceeded $27 million. Those children endured years of torture, starvation, and imprisonment while the system looked the other way. They had possessed advocates from the start, lawyers whose job was to fight for their safety. I'm getting you some juice. And the nightmare would have been impossible. Oh my God. Here's what guts me, he says. Every wasted dollar we spend on system failures represents a child whose whole life could have been saved. Children with attorneys spend less time in care and experience fewer placements and achieve better outcomes as adults. Yet we can.
Tiff, go ahead and get him. Go ahead and get him his juice. I'll take it from here. We got you. I can just feel the burn coming from her right now. So I'm just going to pick up where we left off, and we talk about this stuff all the time. This is absolutely out of control what they're doing with this money. Now, she said $8 billion a year for 400,000 kids, right? So what is that math? What's 8 billion divided by 400,000? Sounds like a couple million to me, right? 8 billion divided by 400,000. Let me see. I don't even know how you write 8 billion. I'm going to figure it out right now. 8 billion divided by 400,000. And that's the first thing I'd like to figure out, is that. Let's see. 8 billion. Hmm. 8 billion divided by 8 billion divided by 400,000. Let's see. 20,000. 20,000, huh? So, guys, guess what? Does that number seem a little bit false to you? Because those numbers don't even add up, do they? $20,000 a child. We see more money given to each child. So how can they possibly say that $8 billion is the cutoff? That's how much they're exposing? That's how much? See, they don't even have the numbers right on here, guys. These numbers aren't even close to being what the real guys say. You know, like the statistics are proving time and time again that these things are wrong. We all know that it's more than $20,000 a kid. You have to see $8 billion for 400,000 kids in care. Well, here's the other thing. We also know that there's way more than 400,000 kids in care, don't we? We know that there's a hugely larger amount of kids in care.
Did you read? Did you read any more? Because I'm at. There's
no.
Okay.
No, I left off where you were.
So it says there are 29 states with child welfare systems with pending class action or consent decrees because the systematic deprivation of children's most basic rights. There, we need to find out those 29 states.
But we were just doing the math while you were gone. We did 8 billion divided by 400,000 is 20,000.
Oh my.
So we know that these numbers are wrong.
Well, this is interesting. It says the class action summaries updated on 2025, last visited on July 14th of 2025 was New York, California, Illinois, and Florida, to name just a few states that are facing class action suits. Foster care abuse is pervasive and systematic, and it is not just a collection of isolated cases. Rather, it is a mass tort. Similar accounts of sexual and physical abuse during state custody have been reported by thousands of survivors nationwide. These accounts frequently involve the same agencies, placements, and oversight shortcomings. One case is HD versus Carroll. The advocates sued in the state for failing to address severe foster home shortages and mental health needs in Miami-Dade County. The state.
You said it's HD versus Carroll?
HG versus Carroll, yep. It's CARROLL. Another one is Illinois. It's BH versus Smith. The state stands accused of violating both the constitutional rights and federal law by denying basic service. These are not isolated incidents. They are reflecting for the disregard of children and the care of the welfare agencies.
Yeah, it's like they're putting in gym class. Yeah. You know? You're in gym class, and there you go, off to the races you go, and we're not paying attention to what you're doing. So at the end, we'll make sure your sneakers are good, and put your gym clothes back on.
Now, anybody that does not believe the shit that we've told you about sex trafficking, here it is. Forbes has recognized it. There is an epidemic of sexual abuse and child sex trafficking in the United States foster care system. Boom. Booyah. It says, sexual abuse and trafficking in foster care is not rare. It's widely spread, devastating, and far too often ignored. Studies show that foster youth are significantly more likely to be sexually victimized than children in the general population. In some states, nearly half of the girls reported sexual abuse before and during placement. Group homes and poorly supervised foster homes are frequent sites of reported sexual abuse and trafficking. The foster care system was built to protect vulnerable children, but when abuse happens within it, there and no one listens, and that the system becomes part of the harm. Woo! Just crazy.
It's just nuts. Absolutely shameful, actually. And you know, like these parents sitting there scratching their heads. You know, like what are they supposed to do?
Right. It's crazy.
You know, like part of you just want to fight all over your.
And then you can visit a website that it's called Council for Children. This is what it looks like. If everybody can see it. And let me get the right one, right website. Make sure it's. Oh, and then this one says 13 states do not guarantee right of counsel for children in welfare cases. And here are the states: Alaska, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, Minnesota, New Hampshire, North Dakota, South Carolina, Texas, and Washington State. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So it's Council for Children for Kids.org. O-R-G. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that to my little thing so I can go back and read this. And I'll send it to you too, Darren.
Okay, that'd be great.
And I just sent it.
Okay, thank you.
And Gunnar and his wife put out a card for women that are giving birth. So if anybody wants a copy of it, hit them up. I know that I haven't checked it, but Gunnar said that he sent it to me so that I can hand it out here. It's sort of like the Ray card you did, Darren.
Yeah, it really is. But we can, because you know what, Tiff, here's the thing, is that they're showing like the number of entries and then the numbers of exits, right? So they're taking that 400,000 numbers is coming in and going out. But you have year after year after year after year after year after year of these kids coming into the system and not going out because they came in at the age of 5 or 6, or they came in at, you know what I mean? Like, so these numbers are definitely not accurate. They're not showing you what the true numbers are sitting there. And then the ones that are sitting there and abusing the system are getting, starting to get, recognized, not just by the goods of the people, but it's also getting a tag of what the hell is going on in these foster homes. You know what I mean? So this is good stuff that this is happening, but not enough and not fast enough. You know?
Well, I think that now that more and more people are really starting to realize what the problem is. Like Forbes, I would have never dreamed that anything like this would have been in Forbes magazine. And like I said, I did a whole article and I sent it to you. You even read it one night. I mean, the whole system sets parents up to fail. So we have to rebuild the system, the entire system.
Yeah. It's got to go down all the way.
It's
right to the bottom.
Right, because right now it's falling apart. The dam is getting bigger and bigger cracks, And when it explodes, because that's what dams do, when the water pressure comes, they just explode. When they explode, they're not gonna say we're crazy anymore, right?
Right.
Or we're
And they're
belligerent.
gonna say, where did this come from? It's gonna be a big damn surprise to everybody. Where did this come from? Where, like, why didn't we know about this? And we're all gonna be saying, look, we've been saying this to you for
36 years.
years. Right, 36 years for you, 6 years for me. A lot of these other, like, how many kids are in foster care right now that we know of? Just a rough, a rough guess is how
Well,
many
this,
in
Forbes
foster
is
care.
saying 300,000 to 400,000 children are in foster care.
Okay.
That's still one too many.
Oh.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing, right? Like when my daughter went to school with a bruise on her cheek because the foster mother decided to punch her in her face that morning and hit her in her face and bloodied her nose and tried to drown her all in the same morning. That lady better be glad I don't know who she is. But that's neither here nor there right now. But
Right.
But how come she wasn't prosecuted? And I mean, I did my dirt, but my ex-husband is the one that put him in there. But it took me 8 years to get my kids back, and they did nothing to this woman, and she was sexually assaulted there. Give me a break.
Yep.
Darren, they said they got some Neosporin for your
Oh,
face.
good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, I need something, right? I put on it tonight. I put my Young stuff on it. It's supposed to be age-defying cream for the eyes, which is also put out there by oh my, what's the name of the? I don't remember, but it's good stuff. I swear by it. It's
and I hear you, Debbie. Right?
Really,
like the parents aren't allowed to let the kids have accidents, but it's okay for the foster parents if the kid falls off the jungle gym, right?
Yep.
It's okay if they're in foster care, but if they do it with their parents, oh my God, it's abuse.
Right.
This is a spiral fracture.
Yeah. And it would never have happened if they were in GHS custody, obviously. Because no kid is ever playing on any of that stuff, It's like, just don't. So that needs to be the part of the bill right there. The very opening of that bill needs to be this. We the people want, if not anything more, to hear a solid and definitive definition of the following words. Whatever. Like 3 set standard rules. You know what I mean? That everybody needs to hold together and abide by them. It's more better.
Well, not just that. We need to be more specific on what abuse and neglect are, right? Because I opened my phone this morning before I went to work, and it said that a woman here in Virginia was charged for letting her child play outside, when we clearly have a law that says children can play outside at a certain age by themselves. But CPS wanted to take the child because the child wasn't being supervised.
Right. Yep. That's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I mean, is there a standard age that we have right now that the federal government says that your kid cannot be, I don't want to say taken or whatever. We don't have like a standard age for outdoors. Say that, okay, this is the, okay.
We also don't have in any state that I've seen. Now, I could be wrong because I haven't checked all the states, but I'll talk about Virginia. We don't even have a specific age where you can leave the child home alone for 8 hours at a time, right? So why are we still taking kids if mom doesn't have a babysitter? I mean, we're
Right.
not talking about a 5 and 6 year old, okay? Because they'll
Right.
turn your house down to the ground. We're not talking about
Right.
those kids.
Correct. Yep. You know, when they took my get this, right? So they took my daughter from a complete loving home, and I know I don't ever talk about my case, so I apologize, guys, but we're going to bring this up because it is fitting to this topic here. When they took our daughter, she went from having two beautiful homes. You know, both of the homes are 2,500 square feet and above. 2 yards. Both of them have well over an acre. Um, Dog, white picket fence. You know, the whole Emory, the whole imagery that you need to be a kid growing up in a married couples, married family's home. It's like the yard was, let's not say perfect, but it was damn near close. You know what I mean? It was, like all of these things that went on to make it a great home. Um, but then, one thing comes to another. Here comes CPS, and they say that these things are not enough. Well, when is it not enough? What does it take? What does it take to say that your child's in imminent danger? Well, imminent danger of what? Having two very, very nice houses one day that she'll be willed and have a great investment for her future? What is the imminent danger here? Um, the situations that I was accused of, had nothing to do with children. It had nothing to do with her directly, and it had nothing to do with anything near the home. So again, where's the imminent danger, right? But they can still come in and they still start playing games. They play games and then they go by your, play off of what your situation is, and then they find their imminent danger, which is absolutely horrid. The fact that they do that is wrong. Um, it just sucks. It really does. But to know that these people are giving all this money to people that have no, they're throwing. What is that saying used to be like? Throwing fraud to the wind. Like, what was the saying that they would have chased by corruption, throwing frogs in the wind or something? Whatever it was, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. You know the saying I'm talking about? Like, they're just throwing this money away. That's what they're doing, opposed to giving it to these families that can take this money and build themselves this little empire for their houses, like they should be doing. That's my whole point in all of this. Is that I even had all of this stuff, but it still didn't matter at the end of the day. It didn't matter. So what is it that you're looking for? How do you have a list of things that say this is imminent danger, which they don't have, these people? And I don't know if you guys watched the show the other day after. Jesus Almighty, what was the show? Whatever show we were on before earlier that day, Henry came out and did the equal is the same show, and this lady that he brought in, they have a manual of understanding, an MOU they called it. That MOU tells you exactly what the role is of each player in the game is, and that it's run by the town council, it's run by the city selectmen, and she went digging even deeper, and it goes on and on and on. Each 50 state has one. So they're going to sit here and say that they don't have definitions or roles or whatever in these situations. Yes, they do.
What
Becca
was that
found it all.
called?
It's called a Manual of Understanding, an MOU. I believe that's what it is, MOU. And Becca's show is starting, I think, this week. I'm not sure she's going to make it by this week, or she's going to start next week. But she is stuff. She's won both of her cases against CPS. CPS only took her kids for 6 months. She's a firecracker. She's been around for a while. And that's, she's starting her own show. But she came up, she found those things, and they literally have a manual that breaks down just like that guy that that was coming on the show, the
TikTok guy.
founding foster parent. Yeah, the TikTok guy. He's coming up, but it's just like that. It's like she's a machine and she found the equation or whatever she figured out. How to label these people as what they are. And it's amazing to see what these people really are and what people already know about them. Because we walk around thinking that they don't know anything, and that's what we're trying to educate
Oh,
them
they
as, right?
know. They
Like,
know.
we're like, they know full damn well, right? Because this thing is almost like a disclosure to them. She sent it to me. I don't know if I'm going to bring it out before she
Well, I want it.
brings it out herself. It is her. I'll definitely make sure you have it.
But you know what's funny? You said that the town halls and all that are involved, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I did. Okay.
Right. Of course they got to be involved. But
Right.
they're telling the girls here, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. So this is what I say. This is a dirty
Right.
little secret that they want kept hidden under the rug,
Right.
where it gets
Yep.
no attention, no novelty. That's why
Right.
they're telling everybody, oh, don't go to Miss Wise's rallies because she's
Yeah.
chaotic.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
it's because I know you
That's
know. You're either part of the problem or you're involved in the problem. Or you
Right.
just don't care.
Yep. Bingo. Freaking bingo. You know why they don't care? I'll tell you why they don't care. Because that money flows to them. That money, when they put these bills across people, make no mistake, pay attention. When they're passing these bills and all of this stuff that are, like, you're like, oh, great, finally something for this or that. Make sure you look at what they're attaching to these things. Make sure you see that, like, oh, because they're making sure they're passing water that says that you're a law saying that your son is, can drink water at school, for instance. This isn't real, but I'm just saying. But behind that, you're going to go to page 5, and it's going to say this senator proposes $10 million comes to, making sure that little kids don't get treatment for COVID or something. You know what I mean? Like some sort of ridiculousness. So you need to read these things all the way through, because in the front, it looks like it's the cat's meow. After that, can't really say too much towards those answers.
And I don't know about where you live, Darren, but here they like to hide the certain things, like where child support is. They hide it in transportation, right? So you got to go to the Department of Transportation to find anything having to do with child support. So, like Mr. Ramey said, they hide it in education. They hide it over here under religion. They hide it over here under the Marriage Act. They put these bills in places that people wouldn't even think to look, because they don't want us to know what's going on.
They don't want, right, exactly. It's just insanity. Absolute insanity. But pay attention to those things.
Yeah.
Because they're still walking around fat and happy.
Yeah, and we don't want no bill that's got fluff and padding, because that's all they're doing now is fluffing it up and putting padding all over it.
Yep.
He's just refusing to go to bed tonight.
No, that's what melatonin's made for. Just saying.
I know.
No, I got. Well, we used to. Anyway.
I want everybody to go read this Forbes article. I will post it on my Facebook page, Tiffany Wise, because then you can start sending that with the bill.
Actual money, right?
Right. And if Darren, if you can put that in the form, that'd be great, because I don't know how to do all that.
Well, you get learning.
I still gotta get everything out of my phone.
Yeah, you do. Jesus Almighty! It's so simple. It's in my little phone. Hello, phone. All the information's in my phone.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought that, right? Jesus Almighty. We need to also think about whatever.
Think about what?
Nah, nothing. Just forget about it. I'm not talking about that one. That's for the whole other show. I don't even want to get into that, so we won't.
And tomorrow we're on with the Angry Citizen, right?
Yep, he is on with us tomorrow. All right, I'm going to break into a little bit here. But so I want to start a new forum community, and it will say I want to really talk about these numbers, guys. All the numbers everywhere. Let's get into these. What are they called? Statisticians. I would love to know. Yeah, Jen. Let's hear your bill. How many pages?
Oh, yeah, we want to read it.
Yeah.
Make sure you put it in Word so that we can change each state.
Right, and change your name to ours.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I want to show you this first, Jen, before I even look at a bill by. See, I already had this one up last night. Where are you going to send it to, Jen?
Bring me in, she said.
Bring her in. All right. Bring her in. Jen is not in. Okay, let's give her the. Just sing upon your holy. We cry out your.
Did you send her the link there?
Working on it, not just. Drop your link. I'm trying to just put in the form right here. Not form, but.
What do you want, a tablet?
Yes. I sure the hell I am. Everything's so small to me, and I can't. Yeah. That's why I keep asking you if like those. Yeah. I forced everybody to even want to do the show tonight. Everybody else like.
8 billion divided by 400K is 2 million per child.
No, it goes out. It's 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
This shit is just so fucking common sense to me, man. Put the money with the family so the family can get back on track.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. And they're not doing this. There's so many people out there that would do such a great job as an overseer or any of this. Just drives me up a wall. That's all I can say about this. The fact that people are buying this.
She sent the bill to your email.
I just sent her the thing. I'm going to put the link up in the chat right here, Jen. Let me see here. I don't understand why it's not going through here. I'm on this goddamn tablet. That's why.
Yeah, because you're not on your 50 million screen computer.
I'm like, oh, this should be quick. I just run into my buddy's house, and all of a sudden, here we are. Let's see. Chat. There it is. Chat. Okay, paste. I did it.
Oh my.
Oh my is right.
Now there you know how Jen. I feel. I know that's right. I could do a lot with 2 million too.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. See if she comes in.
Here she is. She's in now.
Okay.
Here's Jen. Everybody, Miss Jen's in the house.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Jen. There we go. We can see in here. How are we? Well, Jen, what do we got?
Okay. I have been writing Congress quarterly. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You sound good.
Okay. Since this nightmare began, I've been writing Congress. And I've been corresponding and dialoguing with lots of different families. I might have to mute this because I got feedback. How do I mute my speaker?
Mom, give me a pencil. Please.
Here you go. It's got an echo, so I hear myself on
Let me
a
see if it's me again.
10-second delay. Oh, turn the volume down. That's what you had me do last time. Okay. Now I remember. Okay. So here's what I've put together from melding a lot of different people's experience, primarily ours, but a lot of different families' experiences. I had called it Grady's Law. That's one of our sons. And I've been proposing this to Congress for about the course of a decade. I sent it to Marsha Blackburn when she was a representative, and I sent it to her when she became a senator. And my most recent effort at bringing it to her attention, I got access denied. So I don't know whether she's on to me and she doesn't want to hear from me anymore or what, but we're going to start sending it to everyone's representatives, because apparently when they don't want to hear from you, they can just shut you down. Shame. It reflects my family's and other families' at least decade-long involvement with dependent support and highlights critical areas urgently in need of reform. It's got 3 components. It's got a prevention component, a transparency and accountability component, and the restitution component. So the prevention component. In any other court proceeding, evidence is key. We preserve evidence. We test the evidence rigorously. You'll hear cross-examination and maintenance of the integrity of the evidence. Not so in dependency and family court proceedings. So require recording of all forensic interviews. All evidence must be testable and preserved until the children age out, plus an additional 10 to 20 years, depending on circumstances. Because some families, they're so busy raising a family that they don't have the time to devote to some of this lawfare, and it might be 10 years before they can pick up the ball again. So you preserve that evidence for a very long time in those circumstances, if they've got other children that have come along since any kind of action and caught up in the system. The prevention component would increase support for families navigating the legal system. A concise 1-page handout that says, okay, this is what you can anticipate. There's going to be a show cause hearing, and then a blah blah hearing, because they have their system and they have their way of doing it, and it could be 6 months down the road before you realize that there's an oncoming train speeding towards you, and you're not exactly sure what stage of the game you're at. And you can't just move to trial. Did you move me to trial? You can't do that. You're supposed to give parties opportunity to prepare. They're just steamrolling families left and right, snow plowing them. So a 1-page handout will solidly explain the many stages of investigations and mandate that truly zealous, competent legal representation be required, not lawyers that are incentivized to go along and get along. Oh, you're gonna make the judge angry if you raise that topic. Don't do that. Oh, that's the last thing you want to do. You want to bury yourself? You want to become your own worst enemy in all this? These are things that we actually heard. Bottom ninth mains is loaded. Don't go making mountains out of molehills. Don't raise that. Don't sit. It's a nightmare what goes on in these pseudo courts.
What is it going to take? What is it going to take? What is it going to take?
A parent's fundamental right to parent must be raised beyond the shadow of a doubt. Darren, you were saying earlier last week that more than 98% of child abuse, neglect, and dependency cases are overturned on appeal. That means that
that was in the state of Pennsylvania. Right. That was in that Pennsylvania state that we looked up. That they had that case law that they were using. That was, oh man, I don't remember exactly what it was. But they were using this case law and
case law isn't law. Judges don't create laws.
Right. So here's the thing. This is what people need to understand about case law too. They don't have to respond or answer to the case law. So it breaks down like this. Case law is only made for a recommendation of how, or it's a reference point to how someone has already ruled on that case in those matters. That's what a case law does. It gives you a pathway to rule on it. And the judges do not have to follow those guidelines if they're from out of that district, if they're not from, or the district or that jurisdiction. So if you went and got it in your jurisdiction and it was, against you or whatever, and you were in part of that district, the judge has to take into account that case law ruling. Now, if you're in District 1 and this is a case in District 2, the judges have to take it under consideration, but they don't have to move on that case law. They can just let that be. So when everybody's sitting here and they're including case law and they're talking case law and they're quoting case law, they don't have to use that stuff. It doesn't, that's not a guarantee that because everyone's always like, I've got the case law. No, you don't. Unless you have it locked down, it's the same case law from your district or your judges, like your courthouse, then that case law is only worth the paper that it's written on. They do not have to follow what that prior ruling was. They don't. It doesn't have to be done. It only has to be followed if it comes from the same court, from the same rulings, from the same jurisdiction, from that. Other than that, case law is just case law. It's just that. Now, it's highly recommended that they do use that.
That's federal.
Right.
But if the United States Supreme Court rules on something, that is state. I always get the words wrong. Stare decisis.
Yeah, but does that matter? So let me ask you this then. Here's a question for everybody, and a question for me too. Can Supreme Court case law be used in all cases at any time? Or can you only use Supreme Court case law if you're in the federal court case?
No. On that paper that I sent you, it says all federal laws and all Supreme Court rulings can be used in all courts.
Good. So no matter what, in a Supreme Court case can be used at all given points.
And a federal law can be brought up in a state courtroom. Administrative courts, district, and circuit. Yes. All state laws have to follow all federal laws, and all Supreme Court cases are admissible in every single court.
Right, but we're talking about case law. So it's not even law. Case law isn't law. Case law is just defining. Right, it's just a case. So does that stand for that too? Because I know the rule is that if you're not from that district, then those judges don't have to follow suit.
Well, here's what a lawyer told me. They don't have to follow it if it's not in our jurisdiction, right? Like we're in the 4th district. But judges do like to see what other states are doing. So yes, you can use other cases. Do they have to follow that? No. But they do like to hear what other states are doing.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. Oh, Brenda's coming here. I guess we want to have Brenda in here. We got like a couple minutes. Brenda, what do you got to say, Brenda? Let's hear what Brenda has to say. She made it in. Brenda, what are you going to add to this? I've never seen you come in with us, so you must have something really important. Stop pushing your button. I'll bring you in. What do you got, Brenda? It's like a kid in a candy store. Brenda, what do you got?
I can't hear Brenda. I see her lips are moving.
Yeah, Brenda, we got no volume from you, Miss Lady. She's probably coming in to plug her show on next. Got you. She is coming on next, guys.
That's it. We're gonna have my
there
on,
we go.
guys. I really didn't catch enough. I just noticed you had the studio restream up there, so I figured I'd click on and say, hey, I don't know what you guys are. I just caught the end of the show. So.
So that's it. That's what you were coming in for, Brenda? Give yourself a plug, Brenda, because you're coming on next, right? Brenda, you're coming on next, right? All right, Brenda's on after this show, guys. So make sure you watch her. 10 o'clock, she's coming on. So perfect. Cool. We'll look for you then, Brenda. Good plug, Brenda.
You're shameless.
Don't forget to go to the forum, Brenda. All right, sorry there. All right, so go ahead, Jen. Finish what you were saying, Jen.
It's
I
like
wanna
the
know
Muppet
about-
I didn't
Show
mean to
over
interrupt
here.
you on that.
She just pops in for a second, plugs her show, she's gone.
Yeah, she's out. Good girl. So what else you got? What else you have on your bill, Jen? Like, where were you going there? Finish explaining to us before I so rudely interrupted you.
All right. That's the first leg of the stool.
Okay.
I gotta turn the volume down again. There's so much feedback. That's the first leg of the stool. So it's sitting on 3 legs. The prevention component, the transparency and accountability component, and the restitution component. We're up to transparency and accountability. Remove perverse incentives by fully disclosing the fullness of the SESTQV trust incentives and reforming the Title IV D and E incentive structures, including eliminating work quotas. Introduce a principle reflecting the law of the false accuser, which is found in Deuteronomy chapter 19, verses 16 through 21, to deter case manufacturing, evidence and witness tampering, and coercive interventions. I raised this in my case, I said, right there in open court. You know, the problem with these proceedings is the first thing you do is you kidnap the kids, and then you tell the parents, if you ever want to see those children again, you will concede. You will do A, B, C, D. If you don't, well, let's see how that turns out for you.
Right.
That's witness tampering. That's intimidation, coercion, threat, duress. The law of the false accuser is essentially whomever's bringing this accusation against you, if they are not being 100% completely, totally truthful and transparent, they get the penalty they have tried to impose on you. So let's say the penalty is 20 years, they get a 20-year sentence.
Right.
Just for lying about your
Jen,
exaggerating.
put bribery in there too, because that's what they're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bribing you,
Bribery,
right?
Sure.
Right. Taking your kids and saying, if you want them back, do this, and then when you're done with your services, you can have a kid back. That's absolutely a bribe. Okay, let me
Right, and we'll do this for money and everything else. Correct.
eliminating. This pillar prevents unnecessary imposition of services on families at risk of predetermined adverse outcomes. The court always wins, which currently results in lost parenting time and trauma. Parents and guardians wrongly targeted with misapplied diagnoses and interventions must receive declaratory relief. So anybody who is unfairly targeted simply because of being in a less economically advantaged condition, the family that you're up against, the one that's trying to get your kids from you, they're in a superior standing financially. That shouldn't be a factor. If that were the case, then we could all just ship all of our kids.
Right, and that's like what Henry would say. They're trying to level the playing field by calling yourselves indigent. That brings they're supposed to bring the playing field so that you get the prophylactic. What does he say? A prophylactic remedy or whatever Henry says. But that's what indigency is supposed to do: is null and void that open checkbook. But it doesn't. We all know that that's false. And it's the truth be known, people. They won't say it outright, but it is in many, many, many of these documents. If you go to those federal cases and you try to go and use indigency, that definitely weighs against you with those federal judges. There's many, many things that come out, and it says that federal judges don't like the fact that if you come in there into the federal courts and use an indigent status, that it weighs against you.
No, it doesn't trigger any help. It makes things worse for you because you're discriminated against.
Right, which it's not supposed to. Right, it's not supposed to matter. But yes. So then the third one is
restitution component. The bill applies retroactively, restoring families affected before its passage to wholeness as appropriate, recognizing that restoration will look different for each family. Well, Grady's law is not formally copyrighted. I've shared it with congresspersons. Okay. Oh, so this probably isn't the best call to keep going because I figured out how to mute my speaker. There's so much looping that it's hard for me to focus. I'm hearing myself, and I'm hearing myself 5 seconds ago, and
Oh, there is it. Well, we get that's good stuff, Jen. That's good stuff. The way that you brought it in. And are you going to put that up in the forum for people to work off of?
And feel free
Okay,
to
awesome.
add to it because everybody's experiences have been
great.
different, and everybody's been discriminated against in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's been refined and we think that it's strong enough,
and it's time to rock and roll and push that thing forward.
If you send me a rough draft of that, I will tell the committee that I'm working with tomorrow, this is just a rough draft, and maybe we can get some of them because I'm going to be working with lawyers and stuff tomorrow. So maybe we could get them to put some feedback into it.
Give me your email.
That'd be great.
I'll check out my.
If you don't, send it to Darren and he'll forward it to me. But Darren, you got to get it to me.
Darren, you have a copy.
Nice, I do. And then Tiff, I need to give you that. What I'm looking for right now on this little dinky thing is I want to bring up to mind. I'm so sorry. I'm like having to look up at the screen, and I guess I am getting old.
Glasses.
And then with the eye injury too, it doesn't help. It doesn't help much. Easy, Tiff. I don't need to get a whole box full of glasses tomorrow from Timu from you either.
Can you kick me
That's all
out?
I'm picturing
Or
right
how
now.
do I get out?
Yep, I'll let you out.
That way I get.
Bye, Jen. Thank you so much for your.
Yes.
Thank you. No, I kicked her out too soon, I guess. Sorry about that, Jen. I didn't mean to do that. I want to just, I want to just go over this real quick. My bill that I came up with in 2023.
So change the date and
funny.
put 2025 on it and submit it.
Right. Well, I want everybody to hear this because this is so funny. I feel completely like Nancy Schaefer would feel if she came back, because this is what people are still beating, the same drums that they would be beating back in. Let's see, it's called the Comprehensive. Let's see, search drive comprehensive. It's comprehensive something. I'll find it. It should be right here. Comprehensive. Hello. Comprehensive. There we go. Okay. Search comprehensive. Comprehensive. Here it is. Child Reform Act. Okay. Here this is. Boom. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. So we go over this really quickly, and then we'll get the hell out of here. So we share my page there. Comprehensive child care. There we go.
Resend me your bill too, because I'll submit that too and see if we can get some more input on it. Or if you can just do it here in Virginia. Oh Lord, I can't even see that.
Oh my.
Yeah, oh my.
I'll ring this. I'll ring it. Where the hell is it?
It's right there in the corner. Yeah, I can see it. It looks like a whole bunch of little ants running around.
Oh shoot. Nope, we're not doing that. Stop that music. Maestro. Let me see if I can maximize this here. All right, here we go, guys. Sorry to keep you guys here late, but this is a hot topic. There we go. There we are. How's that?
Yeah, it's not blurry anymore.
All right, I'm going to take the chat down for just a ass area here so we can see the whole thing. Sorry, guys. I'll bring it right back up. All right, here it is. It's the Comprehensive Child Welfare Reform and Accountability. It says, and I have a preamble that I wrote. It says, in recognition of the urgent need to overhaul the existing child welfare system, protect the rights of children, and preserve the integrity of the family unit, the Comprehensive Child Welfare Reform and Accountability Act of 2023 presents a meticulously crafted and detailed framework for transformative change. This bill not only addresses the failures and corruption of the current child protective systems, but also sets forth comprehensive guidelines and measures to promote family preservation, prevent unnecessary removals, and avoid adoption whenever possible. with a steadfast commitment to justice, transparency, and the well-being of children. This legislation seeks to create a child welfare system that values and appreciates the crucial roles of both mothers and fathers in nurturing the raising of children. First step is this: the abolition of CPS. The Comprehensive Child Welfare Reform and Accountability Act of 2023 boldly declares the complete abolishment of the current child protective system, recognizing the rampant corruption and failures of the existing system. This bill calls for the establishment of new Department of Child Welfare, DCW, that operates under principles of transparency, accountability, and the preservation of the family unit. And then it goes on to talk about scuttling the former family, the funding, restitution, just like Jen was just saying, restitution for unjust removals. The bill mandates that immediate return of all children who have been unjustly removed from their families, especially those cases that were even slightly questionable. In addition to the return, monetary compensation for pain and suffering shall be provided to both the child and their family, acknowledging the immeasurable harm caused by the wrongful removals. Then it goes into the reforming of the child welfare system, rebuilding the system that's coming up. There's a more detailed version of it. This is just the highlight version. The comprehensive support services and restitution. This is, again, backing up like what's still available for resources for the people that were in the system, and so on. The restitution for pain and suffering to the families. Direction for the training, education, and standards. Then it goes on to talk about how we train these people. Talking about how regular assessments are important, so on and so forth. And then the conclusion goes to say the Comprehensive Child Welfare Reform and Accountability Act stands as a testament to our unwavering commitment to protect the rights and well-being of children, preserve the integrity of the family unit, and restore faith in the child welfare system. By abolishing the existing CPS system, establishing clear guidelines and definitions, and prioritizing family preservation, this legislation sets a new standard for child welfare in our nation. We urge all members of Congress to recognize the urgency and necessity of this bill, join forces in its support, and advocate for the swift passage of this bold and comprehensive legislation. Together, let us ensure that no child is unjustly separated from their family, that the value of parents is upheld, and that our child welfare system becomes a beacon of hope and protection for children and families across the nation. But there's a more detailed version of it, but that's the basis of it. That's the one that I wrote in 2023.
Well, make sure I get that so I can email that tonight. And if you send me the one that Jen wrote, I'll email that one tomorrow too and tell her that we should talk about these.
Let's talk about it.
Oh my.
So, all right, guys.
Late.
Oh my. Oh, well, thank you, Jen. Yes.
It is good.
Classic Mommy. Well, thank you much. But I'm going to put that in the form, and I'll let you guys chop it up. I'll put the real thick one. It's like 32 pages or something I wrote. Might even be 43. And this is pre-AI days, guys. So remember, I really write this stuff out for real. This is not made up by a bot or computer. It comes from my brains to my fingertips to this screen. So make sure that you guys keep that in mind when you're reading this stuff. Tiff?
School tomorrow.
Got anything else to say?
School tomorrow.
Woo! Oh, it's going to snow.
Oh, God, I hope not.
All right, guys, we'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. But tomorrow we will have the Angry Citizen with us, and I will be back in the studio. So thank you guys very much. We'll check you guys out tomorrow.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Tiff and the Punisher. We are the Punisher Band. I'm Tiff. Tiff and the Punisher. And we're here
CPS took my neighbor's kids last week. Here's what I wish she knew beforehand. She had no clue what her rights were and completely panicked. That's exactly what you can't do. The difference between keeping your kids and losing them comes down to being prepared. There's this book, Stay Calm, CPS is Coming, that breaks down everything you need to know. Education isn't just power, it's protection. Grab it on Amazon or check cpsbreakingnews.com. Don't wait until it's your door they're knocking on.